All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Kind of losing my voice this morning, so hopefully it holds up. Still got all this sinus and congestion going on, so we'll see. See how it goes. We have some news coming up at 8:30. Be aware of that. Tomorrow I'm not going to be on. I have something in the morning going on that I got to take care of. So just an FYI, which that might be a good thing depending on how my voice is. All right, so looking at the 30 tick, we have a bit of a range, kind of a zone we're creating here. We have a bottom, came back up here, went a little further down, triple clusters. Now we're kind of right back up to that top right below the 0.7 deviation. 50 tick is looking pretty similar. Of course, like I said, we have news coming out, medium impact, but this is going to be enough to make you not want to be in a trade for sure. Tommy, that comes with the wealth event, and I believe Thrive. I think both of those courses will get you the trade copier. The order prints are basically every line that you see coming from a bar. Like, these are derived from a bar, which means the orders are doing something in there where the algorithm picks up what that is, the imbalance, and then it lays, whatever order print it is. So, of course, going through the boot camp explains all the order prints of exactly what they are. Morning, everyone. So if y'all can't tell, my voice is a little scratchy this morning. um, Sinus is kicking me in the butt. Congestion in my chest. So I'm kind of just waiting for the news now. See what happens. ODD at 821. Yeah, that would have been a one that I like. Yeah, we have a clear trend up, pull back, higher highs, 72%. I do like it lower, but I mean, that's still good. 72 is actually Lorex as well. Has the cluster rejection or the absorption X on it. I'd prefer a mini magnet on that wall, but hey, this is good enough. Because also, if you see here the DR, you have big hill, little hill, right? Big hill, pull back, go up higher high, less DR. So that's a good sign right there. Coming off of a wall, flux level. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you don't know the Lorex, I mean, even without knowing this is a Lorex, I would still like it. Yeah, if you, especially on ODD trades, you really want to catch the ones with the big hill, little hill. That's always been key for me on winning ODD trades. Because when that DR is, I mean, this is still kind of high, but you do have the big hill, little hill. So that's key. Like if the DR is closer to the lower yellow line, that's optimal. But as long as you have that big hill, little hill, and you clearly have a higher high like this, ODD, you have some kind of, levels that you're bouncing off of. Yeah, it's a good one. Then, of course, the room to take profit, which is 2 bars down, plenty of room, nothing in the way. Yep, I like that one. And also, like I said, that's coming right up to this top, looking left. This is an area that we previously, I mean, we went up a little bit higher, but we're already kind of towards the top of it there. Plenty to confirmations on that one. All right, we got about a minute and a half or so till the news. Yeah, it's something to definitely be aware of. Consolidation areas and all that. I don't see any reason to not take this one, this ODD, because I don't see any. Even if I scroll left over here, this is where it rejected from last time. I don't see any reason to not take that one. All right, news is out. Let's see what it does. Now, I do take into consideration heavier on LRE and simplicity trades, more of a bigger picture, because obviously I'm going for a bigger trade. So just keep that in mind too. So this area is interesting. Yeah, volume is super high. This is interesting level. I'm going to point this out. Looking back here to the left, double eye blocks, little pullback retracement left a Paul, left a ZOI here, skip all the way forward, really close to that same level, pulled down, left a mini magnet, and just now left a ZOI there. So right around this 915 level, that's just kind of an area to keep an eye on right now. I don't think it's really wall worthy, but for the immediate, I definitely want to keep my eye on that. Because there's a reason why I keep laying order prints on that level, pretty much. Yeah, I would take one above it. Right now, I'm not, though, because I'm still waiting to see if there's a delay in news reaction and just kind of letting the news reaction play out a little bit. So if it does give us simplicity long here above this, I'm not going to take it right now. Just because I don't want it to kind of come up here and then that be the reaction still from news and then it come back down. But that would be normally an area I'd look to go above for sure. Well, there's many days I didn't trade. I haven't taken trade. So that's the thing at pre-market. This account is only the 1 hour before the open. So there's many days I don't get a trade. But also January was pretty bad. Like I had a negative month in January. And then I've rebounded since then and then just kind of been hovering around this 25K mark still. But that's also mainly due to my pre-market limitations. Because like I was saying yesterday, in the meantime, trading my other accounts, I've gotten 5 more funded. Because I trade early afternoon as well. Yeah, I think... Let's see. Oh, and you see how it's hesitating up here a lot now? Like we're about almost 5 minutes outside of the news, and it's kind of just been hovering here. It may go, but also if we look at the 30, well, we had an Xbox setting up with ODD, so it may start running now. But I'm going to look for an LRE. Especially whenever we get a breakout and start going. If it's not real clear ahead, I'll just wait for the LRE. Because if it's not real clear and we have stuff like this, walls and dynamic magnets, I mean, it's likely that it'll... Oh, let me make sure I get my LRE ready. There we go. It's likely that it'll oscillate, right? Or bounce. It won't be just a clear, straight shot simplicity. If that's the case, I might as well take the lower risk trade. Excuse me. So we did get a 3-bar breakout bar on the 50 tick right there. I'm going to try this off the dev. We have... I might have missed it. We have a lot of HD. I may have missed my entry. I was going to say I'm going to try this off the dev, but... because I like a lot of this HD here. Looking at that cluster. It's really hesitating here. I still like it, though. I was trying to see if I'll get a better pullback. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Because it's really hesitating here. See if it busts above this dynamic magnet. I'm at break even now. If it hesitates too much at this dynamic magnet, then I'll just close it out. And it's close. There we go. Got a good little winner there. Yeah, I missed the initial entry, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And it was just... So, here, let me explain why I was still okay with getting into that one. Because we have these clusters on this wall here, right? Or dynamic magnet, I mean. And it came back down and hit it, but I missed that entry. That's where I was like, oh, crap, I might have missed it. But then it laid this cluster, and it started doing all this hesitating right in this area. So it's telling me it's eating up these orders. And since it's eating the orders and not dropping down further, more than likely it's eating the orders and going to pop up. And we have, I mean, I can't see what it is now, but like 318% HD. And then it ended up setting up a trapped Xbox and a Paul right on that level too. And the same thing on the 30 tick. Yeah, I know there's a cluster on the 30 tick, but right on that same level, right at that top. So it's testing it, eating up those orders, and so I decided to take the risk on it. Richard, I normally, if I miss my initial entry, I normally just let it go. But it didn't go very far. See, my initial entry would have been, it didn't quite get to where I wanted it. That's why I hesitated. Because I was really wanting it to come pretty much to the dev. And since it didn't get there, it just did this little oscillating right here within like 1 point. So much HD on that. Yeah, the HD sniper is great. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to take that one. The only reason why I wouldn't have taken it is because I missed my initial entry. And as y'all know, so this is kind of, because the initial entry is more so like, this is pretty much where the simplicity didn't run like I normally like it to run. But the biggest reason why I took this LRE was because it's pulling back to that top area. Right here. It busted out above the dev, pulling back to that top area with ton of HD. Ton of HD. So oh, for sure, Jean. Those are definitely the best. Especially when you see it 10 minutes before it happens. Like, I'm looking and I'm like, oh, if we could break this and pull back to it, I will take that. No brainer. And then when it actually happens and it's pulling back, I'm just ready like a sniper to pull the trigger and just hit that, get in. And I mean, those are beautiful. So we do have a reset now. But again, I'm not taking a simplicity long for the same reasons. It's, look at this, all up here. So like I said, if I would have taken that first initial simplicity in this area, I would have made less because I would have been out of the trade. Right here, 941. I would have lost a little bit. Well, no, I guess I would have got in at about 938-ish. So I made 3 points, so 12 ticks, but I would have taken it with 5 micros, so it would have been more like equal to 6 ticks. And that's why, just like I was explaining earlier. So same reason, I'm going to hold off on taking this entry. We had an early entry just now. But going right into the ice, dynamic magnet, 30 tick pawl. And that's a big thing. Once you really start identifying when is the right time to take a simplicity, when is the right time to wait for LREs, I mean, it changes your trading big time. It has for me, because that was part of the problem when I first started simplicity, is I wouldn't know when not to take it. Yeah, basically. If it continues long above this 960, preferably above this little stack we have here. But at the same time, if it keeps making its way up, I mean, this is a nice little level where I'd probably just, I mean, it's clear up to here, but we have, let's see, how many? 65. I guess we got about 15 points in there. So it depends. If it's already in a simplicity, kind of like how it's now, if it stays kind of like this and just kind of chops around and then makes its way up, then I'd wait for an LRE to preferably break above this area and just pull back to it and give me something nice off of it. Yeah, and that's the good thing, Christopher, to do is focus on sniper, because sniper, in reading the order prints and reading the sniper trades, that's what's going to give you the capability to do simplicity in LRE. It took me 2 years of doing just snipers only to really get comfortable to go into LRE and simplicity. I tried it before, but I failed. So I had to go back to just sticking with snipers, really mastering reading the market with order prints. And once you get really good at that, start practicing in sim for a good while. Don't let a few good days trick you into thinking it's easy. And just stay doing that for a while. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just sticking with snipers too. I've said this many times. The first time I got funded ever was only with snipers. And yeah, you can definitely be successful with just snipers. But see, the thing is, even though I only take LRE and simplicities, I'm reading the sniper reads and order prints and all that to take those, right? So with how I read the market and look at the market, it's just another perspective of how I use these tools, and it's definitely translates to sniper trades as well. Yeah, I say, nice, Tyler. I say the longer you stick with snipers, the better you'll be with simplicity and LRE in the future. All right, and we're just crawling this ice level now. Bunch of clusters on the 30 tick, or double clusters. Not really getting an exact read right this second. I mean, trend is long, so that's about the only overall trend at the moment. It's pretty much the only kind of real read I'm getting right this second. I mean, I guess we do have on the 50, price was kind of trading up in this area before it made this run down. So maybe retracing back up into this area. Here we go with 13,000 right up here again. So we've been playing within 1 to 200 points above 13,000 the last couple weeks. We'll see. Maybe we'll play within a couple hundred points below it the next couple weeks. Who knows? But At 13,000 right there. That's a big one. If we get a short, Simplicity short here, I'm not jumping in the short either. The short entry. The reason is because this deviation is where our previous resistance was, right? Going back to the 30, that's why I took that trade. So if it does pull back down to the dev, it very well could stop there. And that would be, I mean, maybe you can get 10 points out of it or so, but I wouldn't want to just trust that. So I'd wait to see if it goes through it and continue short and just look for an LRE. So today is more of an LRE looking for day or morning. Hey, good morning, Preet. It's done a lot of consolidating here, and Simplicity has flipped. Plus, also, we have in the middle of that little 10 points, that's where this cluster is. So there's just not any real reason why I would love to take that Simplicity short. See, it's at that cluster now. It's actually 124 orders in that cluster. Look at that. 124.99. Man. Approaching the 9 o'clock, 5 minutes away. Tons of volume. 138,500 on NQ. Yeah, Tommy, it actually shows points, ticks, or dollars. The newest update is out on it. Show you that while we're doing nothing. And you can also choose realized or unrealized, or both, for your profit type. So if you want it to knock you out of a trade when it hits targets, you can have it set to do that. Or if you don't, then leave it on realized. You can set dollars, points, or ticks. And there may be a couple more updates coming out soon. I don't want to say what they are just yet because I want to make sure it's possible for them to happen. But it's 2 more features that'll help a lot of people, I think. The new features that are out are the ability to display it in dollars and also to have it trigger based on realized or unrealized profit. Before it was just realized, meaning once all the trades are closed, then it'll trigger. But I've had quite a few people want it to work on unrealized profit as well. That way, if you're live in a trade and it hits your target or stop, then it'll knock you out of the trade. So I went ahead and added that and the ability to see it in dollars, points, or ticks. That's what's currently out. And I mentioned I have 2 other features I'm trying to get added. Just I don't want to mention them yet because I'm making sure that it's even possible to do. Well, you can just set up a hotkey for that, Tommy. That's what I have. I set up my on my keyboard. I press F3, and it'll close every single position I have with every account. It'll flatten all. And you can pick whatever key you want to do that. No, that's just part of Ninja Trader. It's in your tools right here, hotkeys. And you can just set that up. In global orders, flatten everything. Just click it and push whatever button you want. All right, looks like NQ's taken off now. Trying to. Look at that big bar. Always be careful of the big bars. They like to retrace. Yeah, so that's actually how I take my orders also. I have order entry hotkeys. That's why y'all don't see me ever clicking anything. I just hit F9 to go long, F10 to go short, and then F3 if I want to flatten everything. Just make sure you don't have a cat. All I'm on the 8 whatever their newest one was, unless they came out with the even newer one, but 8.1, yeah, 8.1.1. Yeah, I mean, I've never had an issue with hotkeys not closing everything, but I rarely use it. I just have it there in case if I want to just close out positions quick, but I always keep my positions open and ready in case if they don't close. I usually move my stop. Actually, if you're going to trade, they recommended to upgrade to the 8.1 at least, unless if there's a newer one that I'm not aware of. That's newer than mine that they're saying not upgrade to, but I know you do want to be on the new platform. That was definitely, and you actually, if you're going to trade Tradeovate, you have to be on the new platform. Like if you're going to trade Tradeovate and Ninja Trader. Yeah, my dogs are too little to get up on the desk as well. For the copy trader, Tyler, if you just mainly want the more reliable CQG data that Tradervate uses, um, like I was part of the beta testing for Tradervate, and these Apex sniper charts only work for Ninja Trader, so you can have the more stable data feed and then use the Apex copier still. Let me check if there's a newer version of Ninja Trader out that I don't know about. Because I'm on 8.1.1. Yeah, 8111. Yeah, it looks like there's another version, 8.1.1.3. I'm not on that one. So maybe that's what they're talking about. Don't upgrade to that. Because I'm on 8.1.1.1. Yeah, 0.3. I guess that's the, yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, I'm on the 0.1 with the Apex News Toolkit, all that. No issues. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I haven't updated. Yeah, if there's a toolkit update on the 21st, I'm not on that one. Not sure what the updates are. I'll have to check. No, I don't trade ES at all. Just NQ. No, it doesn't. Tommy, it doesn't give you. You still have to subscribe to the CBOE indices through IQ Feed or Kinetic. I've always mainly traded NQ, but I actually started on ES because when I started, that's when, COVID pandemic was at its peak and the market was just too crazy to trade. So ES was actually moving very, like y'all see NQ moves, ES was moving like that. It was pretty crazy. So I learned there, and then ES slowed down, and NQ got back to its speed, and then I switched to NQ, and I just stayed there. And since then, ES has just been too slow for me. I'll go to YM sometimes if if NQ is too crazy, but I just really feel like I have a better read, the best read on NQ. And I like to be really immersed into the charts. So, and I have 6 monitors. So I have 4 charts per market. So I can't have, maybe if I had 8 monitors, I could have 2 markets up. But I don't like flipping back and forth because I like to really see and be immersed in what's going on in that specific market. Like completely tuned in. Are you joking or you really have something like that? A speedometer indicator? So, all right. Want to point out, it basically did what I said that I thought it may be able to do, where it could probably come back down to this area and then hesitate or kind of stop, and that kind of be its rejection point now. And that's why I wouldn't want to be in a trade in that. Came right back down, coming down to that dev, this area. So I'd want it to break and run first a little bit and look for a pullback. Man, hopefully by Friday this congestion's gone. Again, for those of y'all that ain't here, I won't be on tomorrow morning. Have something going on that I can't be at the computer, unfortunately. So I won't be on tomorrow morning, but I will be back on Friday. as long as my voice don't get worse. Yeah, it's actually better than what it was yesterday. Yesterday during the day, or when I first woke up, actually, I had a lot more congestion, but it's actually better. So if it gets worse or does not get better, then yeah, I'll definitely see if I can go get on something, some antibiotics or something. Nice. That's pretty cool, Raising Cane. Well, the hard part, Tommy, is whenever I trade in the afternoons, I'm trading off my laptop. So it's harder to stream also because I don't have all my monitors to be able to flip my charts and use my streaming software on. So yeah, really, Jimmy. Definitely should. Get in there, get a Z pack. Good to go. And you see it made its way down. And right on the dev here, it's potentially leaving a mini magnet. That's what that pink dash is. If this bar closes up, that'll be a mini magnet. And that'll be a really good sign that it just came back, tested that, and it's going to push off and start trending long. Although we are about 15 minutes from the open, so. And we have HD there. But also the opposite can be said. Well, it went away, but if it left a mini magnet, like how it's kind of potentially doing here, right in between these clusters, and closes down, that could be a signal that it'll just go ahead and push down. So this bar is going to be pretty telling. But like I said, there's only 15 minutes till the open, so okay, it closed up. So I would expect this under normal circumstances to make its way at least back up to here where price was. And that's actually the top of this 50 tick bar as well. Awesome, Tommy. I'm glad to hear that. It's my goal. Track my journey as well as hopefully help anybody along the way. Yeah, Jean, exactly where my entry was previously. Came back and tested it. And that's why I liked that entry so much and why I took that trade. Because we know, I mean, that's what typically it does. Break through an area, come back, test it, and then give us enough for a winner, usually. As long as all the components are there. Came right back down, testing that area again. So also, I mean, I know a lot of people, when the market opens, NQ can be too fast. You can take all this and do it with YM as well. Like I've done this many times after the open with YM. As far as the reads, I mean, it works for any market really, but the trades itself, you want a decently fast moving, and that's why a lot of times though, when I do get to trade the open, the first 15 to 20 minutes, a lot of times I don't take a trade, sometimes even the first 30 minutes of NQ. And if it never calms down after 30 minutes or so, then I'll just do this same thing on YM. Thanks, Vegas. See you Friday. Yeah, especially, Jean, whenever it's a clear, like it's a pretty clear cut. Like this. I mean, it's pretty clear. Made its way up, all the way down. Up. You can see the pattern change, right? Made a lower low. Didn't really get anywhere. 3 clusters. Like, it's not going much further than that. Rejected again. Came back about halfway. And then busted up. All right. Here's another signal. Again, it's 10 minutes till it opens, so probably nothing's going to happen. But normal circumstances, I'm looking at this bar with that mini magnet that it laid, like I said. Now it's kind of made its way back up here. Little retracement, may lay another mini magnet. So another signal that if this closes up, it could really keep pushing up. That's what I'd be looking for. But like I said, market opens in 10 minutes and all that kind of goes away. So, all right, it is 9:19, almost 9:20. It is my hour. So I'm going to call it a day. Just take that 125 tick winner. And yeah, call it a day. Again, reminder, I will not be on tomorrow. I'll be back Friday. So thanks for joining as always. And I hope y'all have a great day. Doesn't look like there's any more news to be aware of. So just trade well as always. And I'll see y'all Friday. Take care, everybody.